Alright, so this is the third time doing this video. I'm going to try to do it this time uninterrupted with no phone calls. So this is a BMW R1200 ride-on bike that Ryan's getting for his 2018 Christmas. And I just want to show you kind of some things that have been done to it and what it has on it already, so you'd have a better feel for the bike and kind of how it's coming across. So I'll start with just the appearance modifications to it. Some of this stuff came on it and some of it was added. So the police labeling came on it. This little badge was added. The lighting on the mirror lights came on it from the factory. However, it's been flipped over. So the blue and the red are on opposite sides as to how they came, just so that the lighting is where it should be. There's some little reflective strips added here and over here. These lights right here they're not lights. They just kind of look like a turn signal or something, but they're not lights from the factory, and I was unable to add any light to them. These side lights here I did add and wired into a toggle switch, so I'll show in just a second. Additionally, here's the toggle switch, so you can kind of see where that is. This seat was a hard plastic, still is. However, I've rewrapped it in a synthetic leather. It's really a vinyl material, but it looks and feels like leather for less cost. These saddlebags, I added a reflective strip. I don't know if you can see that right at the bottom there, but I added a reflective strip over there as well as a badge on each one of them. So there's one on this side and there's one on this side. Same thing, been added to both of them. This rear lighting on the back of the saddlebags, I added on each side. You have one on each. And the red and white reflective strip on each one I added, as well as this little flag here. And then in here, this was a piece of mirror glass. It's actually red reflective strip now. I additionally added a backup light in here. There wasn't anything in there. It was just a clear plastic piece originally, and I added that, as well as I added a light in this brake light here. Just stays on all the time. It doesn't actually go with the brake. This beacon right here was factory, and I haven't done anything to it. It's just as it was. Again, we see the decals here and here. And then on this side, we've got this light that was added. This piece is reflective. As well as I've added a bicycle siren speaker right here. This is actually bolted on where the other black plastic speaker used to be. And there's a little microphone here that's removable with a little microphone clip. So he can clip that on. It has different siren modes on it. So you can switch this little toggle here and hold the button down. When you hold the button, it makes a few different sounds. Or all the way forward is a PA function, just a microphone, an amplified mic. So that's the immediate things that have been added. I'll kind of show you how they work. There is a decal as well back here. I added a number just for a unit number, and then a bigger version of the other decal. So we start it up, turn the key on. When that happens, you'll notice that these mirror lights right here and right here, as well as this light back here, flashes twice just to initially turn on, as well as these gauges turn on right here. This one's a speedometer, this one's a tachometer, and then voltage for the battery. Of course, the speedometer and the tachometer don't actually do anything. The voltage does tell you, though, when it's getting low and needs to be recharged, which is a nice feature. All that was factory. It does have removable metal keys. I have to turn it off, but it has removable metal keys that you can take out and put wherever. It's a good thing or a bad thing. I guess you could lose them, but at the same time, it's a nice touch versus like a Power Wheels. There are some buttons here, some basic buttons. So this one's music. This one's really more music, sounds. This one is emergency lights and sirens. More sounds and more sounds. Just a bunch of sounds, really. Then there's a toggle switch here for speed. If you can see that real well. 1, 2, and 3. 3 is, of course, the fastest. And then this toggle switch is factory for forward, neutral, and reverse. So if you're going in reverse, you press it this way. Forwards this way, or if you're just moving it right in the middle. When you put it in reverse now, you'll see backup lights come on. Take it out of reverse, they come back off. When it's in forward, or drive, and you press on the gas pedal, this headlight comes on. The headlight's been upgraded, so it's substantially brighter than it was from the factory. So the next thing I'll show you is the saddlebags, where I talked about they were illuminated. One there, and one there. And then lastly, you can see the brake light here that just pretty much always stays on. So there's always some type of lighting on pretty much. I'll show you the factory lights. So here's the factory beacon. The factory front lights, which like I said, they've been swapped around. So they're just reversed. Think of a 180 and that's the direction they would normally be. Then these lights down here were one white LED in each side. They did this flash pattern, but it was just one. Now it's 5 LEDs in this one and 5 LEDs in this one with a red and blue flashing. And the blue matches the blue up here. So you'll see they're on at the same time. Red's on at the same time as red. Just so that everything looked like it was supposed to be. Then to see the auxiliary lighting, this toggle switch right here does have a little blue light on it. When you turn it on, blue light comes on. And then you'll see red and blue lights there. It's kind of hard to see. I know it's pretty bright. As well as red and blue lights back here. And again, on the side over here, red and blue lights. So I did wire that in so that it independently will work whether the power's on or not. So if I turn it back off, the lights stay on. That way he can use them without draining the rest of the battery. The little toggle stays lit up, you turn it off, and all the lights go off. So that's pretty much the main features of the bike. Wasn't a lot more that needed to be done to it. There are some hand grips that I've ordered in for here and here, just because I think it looks like they should be there. It seems like there's a void there where they should have come with something, but they don't. So I'm going to try to put some cut down bicycle hand grips on there to give a little bit of rubber and texture, make it look more like it should be. But otherwise, that's how it is. So hopefully he likes it, and hopefully this video helps you see kind of what comes on it and what has been done.